Have you ever fixed your broken smartphone? Chances are you bought a new one instead. Repairing a phone is difficult, and that's a problem. We produce more than 50 million tons of e-waste globally each year. That is equivalent to throwing out 1,000 laptops every single second. And still, tech companies make it hard and expensive to repair broken devices. At the forefront of this unsustainable strategy, smartphone manufacturers. How do companies justify this waste of resources? California, the birthplace of many big tech players, passed a law to make repairability easier. But will that help? Planned obsolescence. So why can't you easily change your smartphone's battery? Because the manufacturer doesn't want you to. And it doesn't stop there. Many companies offer very limited support when it comes to security and software updates after 3 or 4 years. And solutions for outdated hardware are pretty much non-existent. That's intentional. In the United States, for example, an average smartphone only lasts between 2 and 3 years, which means big bucks for the smartphone manufacturers. On top of that, even simple smartphone fixes are very hard to do for non-experts. And having it done by a registered service might cost a fortune, because the manufacturers even cash in on the repair bill. Apple's new iPhone 15 is a perfect example for how to make it very complicated and costly for users to fix their own phones. It all works through software locks. The phone system recognizes if parts are replaced with new ones that didn't come from Apple. The phone will then display a warning message, or functionality will be lost completely. Apple says they want to guarantee their devices work perfectly. But if you ask me, this is more likely about selling expensive spare parts. Costly repairs are likely to drive users to get a new device. This means more devices need to be made and shipped, increasing mining of resources and subsequently wasting more resources. That adds to carbon pollution and produces even more electronic waste. The first Latin American e-waste report ever revealed that in 2019, 1.3 megatons of electronic trash was produced. That is the same as a 670-kilometer-long line of fully loaded trucks. E-waste contains a large number of hazardous substances like lead, cadmium, dioxins and mercury. But also valuable materials like gold and rare earth, which unfortunately often simply go to waste. Only 3% of the material were properly recycled. How do manufacturers justify that? The environmental benefits of repairability are obvious. In the past, various initiatives have been trying to persuade companies like Apple, Microsoft and Amazon to commit to more sustainable product strategies. Instead, big tech has spent millions convincing lawmakers not to support repairability laws. They cite a range of reasons for their opposition. For one, a right to repair would infringe on their intellectual property rights. They also worry about consumer safety. What if they injure themselves fixing their stuff? They also claim to be deeply concerned that independent repair will lead to more hacking. And last but not least, shoddy repairs could damage companies' reputations. Sound like valid points to you? Well, repair advocates have deemed these arguments baseless and argue the manufacturers are mainly worried repairability will hurt their turnovers. What is being done? In spite of big tech's extensive lobbying, there are actions being taken by governments. In October 2023, the European Parliament has endorsed a new law that requires smartphone manufacturers to let users repair their batteries. And in the US state of California, an Electronics Right to Repair Act was passed. It guarantees everyone access to parts, tools and manuals needed to fix their electronic devices. The goal? Reducing waste and carbon emissions. These efforts sound promising, but to force device manufacturers to end their unsustainable business strategies, we most probably need international solutions. Would you rather fix your phone yourself instead of getting a new one? Let us know.